Trudeau responded by saying Canada is open to improving the deal and sent his top advisors to meet with Trump's inner circle to discuss trade relations. Still, some senior Liberals watched Wilbur Ross's testimony with concern. What did he say that provoked concern to you?
Well, just the complete review of trading relationships.
Wayne Easter is the chair of the Canada-U.S. Interparliamentary Committee, which is made up of Canadian MPs and U.S. lawmakers. The group will meet before spring, and the Canadian delegation will be reminding American officials that Canada is the #1 export destination for 35 states.
If they're going to do well, we're part of their doing well, and people need to understand that.
Trump's anti-NAFTA rhetoric has been aimed at Mexico, but some are concerned about any possible impact on Canada.
What the U.S. has in mind is making Mexico, first of all, but also Canada, pay for access to the U.S. market.
The Prime Minister took another step today to prepare for Donald Trump. He appointed retired General Andrew Leslie, who is well liked by U.S. military officials, to be the Parliamentary Secretary for Foreign Affairs. Leslie will be expected to use his connections to help strengthen ties between countries. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Ottawa.
And we'll hear more about how those early trade talks are going a little later in the program when Peter speaks to Canada's ambassador in Washington, David McNaughton. Of course, there's a third notch in NAFTA, Mexico. Even before Trump was elected, its economy was struggling. Now it's facing more uncertainty with its biggest trade partner. But as Kim Brunhuber explains, Trump is just one factor in Mexico's economic equation.
Of course, painting a donkey to look like a zebra may seem silly, admits Abraham Moreno, but the zonkey is an old Tijuana tradition. It wouldn't look quite so depressing if there were tourists lining up to take pictures with her. But since the U.S. election, Moreno says fewer Americans are visiting, the economy's slowing, costs are going up. Trump doesn't want jobs to come here, he says. People are going to be unemployed. The signs of economic decline are in the streets. Protests and looting erupted when the Mexican government raised fuel prices to stabilize the peso. It's been in long decline and has fallen another 15% since Donald Trump was elected. But in a border city like Tijuana, certain segments of the economy have actually profited from the low peso.
Open space.
If you're in real estate like Genaro Valladolid, business is booming. Many Mexicans who live in the U.S. are moving back home with their American money.
So the exchange rate definitely is a factor.
Sure, things are already starting to cost a little more. But young entrepreneurs like Valeria Santana, who closely follow U.S. news, have faith. She's heard even Republican lawmakers admit that a stable Mexico is in America's best interest. We are like brothers, she says. We are family. Mexico and Trump's America, brothers? Come on, Moreno says. In his mind, that idea is as fantastical, as unreal as a zonkey. Kim Brunhuber, CBC News, Tijuana.
Not only does Donald Trump oppose NAFTA, the world is trying to gauge the level of his contempt for the Iran nuclear deal. On that issue, nowhere are they watching more closely than in Iran and figuring out the man who will be president. CBC's Nala Ayed is in Tehran. Nala?
Diana, unsurprisingly, the early sticking point between Iran and Donald Trump is a deal that he does not like. The lifting of sanctions a year ago was supposed to lift Iran into a new era, more modern and prosperous and more open to the world. Not, mind you, to its archenemy, the United States. And as if to underscore the old animosity, a brand new mural celebrates U.S. humiliation and Iran's superior power.